Alright, hello everyone and welcome to this week's Comic Talk. I'm the Cube and here I have Alyssa.
Hello.
So she's going to be joining me again this week to kind of go into comics again, and she was thankfully here the last time I was doing this so she can kind of catch up with me in this week's comics. So we're starting with Aquaman number 12. Now, Alyssa, you kind of want to regale me what happened the last time if you remember. If not, I'll fill the gaps. Or
Black Manta?
Yeah.
He attacked Earth.
No, wait.
Or the United States.
Yep.
And he wasn't it like Aquaman's like hometown he attacked or something?
Yeah, he used the Shaggy Man to attack Amnesty Bay in Massachusetts, and that's where Aquaman's from.
And then they thought it was Aquaman. So now Atlantis is going to war with the United States.
Oh no. You got that a little ahead of the time. So Shaggy Man is what puts Aquaman in the hospital.
Right.
After he sends him into space. And then Aquaman goes back to Atlantis, and while he's in Atlantis, Black Manta gets old Atlantean troops, or like old Atlantean weapons and armaments to attack like strategic points along the coast in America. So America starts establishes a war with Atlantis, and Obama is in the comic. So I don't know if you caught that the first time we went through it. I thought I skipped by it pretty quick.
You did.
Yeah, so all gray-haired Obama and everything is in this comic, which is pretty funny. So basically what ends up happening is all up and down the coast, these fake troops, these fake Atlantean troops are attacking all over America, and Aquaman is basically preparing to like shore up his lines. And what I really like about this comic, it's a little nutty how in-depth it's starting to get with like the levels of Atlantis, because now we're learning about like their political system and their like social system, and it's really weird. Like this is becoming like really in depth. So like these three people, which are Zekil, who is Lord of the Armies, Karkorodor, okay, Mistress of the Fleet, and Jurok Bis, Keeper of the Monsters. So they're like, they hold these three separate parts of like his line of weaponry, and in Atlantis, in government in Atlantis. So he's basically shoring up his lines. He gets all of his he gets them three basically to give him opinions. And he gets on the phone with, or not on the phone, but like on
The Aquaman.
the Aquaman line to one of his submarines, and the submarine gets taken down by an American fleet, who think they think Atlantis is bad, so they just fucking shoot the ship. They don't even care. They don't even second guess themselves. So when they hit the fleet, the submarine supposedly goes down. We only see the last few moments of like the thing crashing.
Wouldn't they live anyway because they can breathe underwater?
They can breathe underwater. That's
Okay.
what I was saying. So maybe if it exploded, I'd understand, but
Yeah,
maybe they
but
survived, so we don't know. But they relay the information that basically an old ship, like an old Atlantean ship, was like drawn up, and that's how Nemo is basically using their cover. They're taking really old stuff off like the black market and off off anything they can find in there, using it to fight back. And this girl, whose name is Elder Roa, tells him basically that the FBI gave them information when they were still working with America, and they showed the black market had like a bunch of Atlantean weaponry and stuff. So they Nemo bought like a bunch of it up for the war. And he's trying. I know, Aquaman's constantly trying to get a hold of America to offer stop. We don't want to fight. We don't want to fight.
It's not us.
Yeah, it's not us. It's not us. Because it's happening at the same time. Atlantis is no, but these people are attacking. So it's who's doing it? So what happens is he's telling her to get as much information as he can on Nemo, because he wants to give America something to
it's not us.
proof to show it. And then right here we find in the White House, they're trying to find they're basically trying to put together a plan to get against Atlantis. And what ends up happening is Project Beakhead is what they've been planning for years in the fight against Atlantis. And it turns out to be a group of mercenaries, or not mercenaries, but Marines, who have been genetically enhanced, and they can they move fast enough to catch bullets, as they show in the comic.
I like how there's a lady.
And they can turn into fish people. They can basically breathe underwater, and they're super strong and subaquatic, and they call them the Aquamarines, the color.
Do you think they were the first people to take this test to become fishes?
I am sure that there were many, many failures to be fish people. I'm sure that we're not seeing the backlash of how many dead people became fish people. So basically what the governor wants to do is, or not the governor, but this military man. Okay, so he basically is the one that introduces them, and it says, we need to assassinate Aquaman for the safety of America and the world.
What the hell?
So they think they're going to do that. We cut back to Atlantis, and Aquaman's talking with Mira and Joanna, and they call her Jo. J-O.
For short.
Yep. And basically they're trying to figure out how how Nemo is using such advanced weaponry that Atlantis has. Like besides just like the monsters, besides just like all this stuff, it's pretty nuts. So as the conversation draws on, Mira and Aquaman walk away, and while they're talking, Mira just can't stand watching Aquaman kind of tear herself up trying to defend Atlantis, so she like runs. But before she does, Aquaman makes a joke about Zeeble blood, which is like one of the races in Atlantis, one of the castes in Atlantis, basically. So it's like
a lower or higher caste.
I think it's a lower one, if I'm correct, but I might be wrong about that. I want to check the info on that. But she basically leaves, and he's like, he doesn't know what to do, but he's defending Atlantis. He can't like deal with all his personal problems. What ends up happening next is a ship is attacked, an American frigate, I'm assuming, I can't exactly tell which one, is attacked by an Atlantean megalodon, which ended up being like a monster that Nemo captures and tortures to fight for them.
Oh.
And then this Atlantean warship starts attacking these fighter pilots that were trying to save the ship. We cut back to the keeper of the monsters, and he's like really pissed off because he believes that like they're mishandling the monsters. They're like monsters of peace that they're fighting. Like when they fight for Atlantis, they're like, you know, they're considered like allies and equals. They're not just slaves or anything like that. And he's telling Aquaman, let me put them out of their misery. They don't deserve, you know, to suffer that fate. And Black Manta's just sitting back, please, watching like everything burn. America's fighting stupid crazy. Atlantis is defending itself crazy, and he's like, my plan is like coming together perfectly. And he's like trying to put the last kind of dagger into the place. So what he ends up doing is sending a fake U.S. submarine towards Atlantis with American code, so it can get through like borders, like U.S. borders, with like undetected. And as it comes close, it's like totally offshore, or like right about to reach Atlantis, and Aquaman's like, don't do anything about it. Just the minute it comes in and starts firing, that's when you have the right, but not until then. And right when that happens, the Justice League show up, all of them, and that's the end of the comic.
Is that them coming to?
They break through like the bubble, because the thing is in Atlantis, like they have a lot of bubbles. It's not like glass. Like some of them are glass, but there's like you can just like straight through the wall. So that's what they do, and like I imagine any one of them could break the bubble. Maybe not Superman.
And they're there to attack Aquaman?
They're there to stop Aquaman because they think that he's he's attacking.
Do you think that they're gonna believe him when he says it's not us?
Maybe. I don't know why, but Clark doesn't. Superman doesn't have pupils there. Flash just has black. I mean that's okay because he's kind of far.
He looks like his eyes are closed.
Yeah. Cyborg's in a demonic trance. I don't know how he's just flying. I guess it's that crazy.
How does technology work?
Who knows? So that was this week's Aquaman. I really like. One thing I'm really kind of coming across here is that we're seeing a lot of different sides. So I'm getting a little mixed up, right? Like in this comic, it mixed me up just a little bit because I was like, what the heck is going on? So I had to go back and reread it once or twice. But once I got like the gist of it, I thought it was pretty good. Black Manta's plan is definitely coming to fruition in a funny way. Just watching it like Aquaman scramble so hard. So yeah, that was this week's comic, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, you guys should go check it out. This has been Comic Talk on the Cube with Alyssa.
Bye.
Bye.